We'll talk about a little positive stuff here. The NBA draft. The Bulls have the number 4 pick in the draft. A lot of guys who you probably won't know their names right away when they get drafted tonight.
Yeah, probably with the shortened NCAA tournament when a lot
Well,
of
that
people
and
hear
you
these
said there's a lot of overseas players. Some players
you know,
that like LaMelo Ball, like you know who that is, but a lot of guys have kind of gone that way of going overseas and playing, or not going straight to college and just kind of going to make some money
yeah.
that year. So I think that more and more you're not
Well,
going to know them straight from college too.
and of course there's that, Zach, but there's also the fact that like no remember like in like July and August when they just hype up the draft combine that happens in Chicago and they talk about it on Sports Center, who played well, who's working out for who's interviewing with who. We didn't have any of that.
Well, yeah, it's a
So a
weird
lot of
year
those
too,
guys
where
that
there's a lot
yeah,
of guys who get drafted off of their performance in the NCAA tournament, and you didn't get that chance.
or even at the combine. So it'll be interesting for
Or
sure.
in their tournaments.
Yeah, very true. Very true. But I am excited. I'm pumped, dude.
I'm excited. Like I said, the Bulls have the number 4 pick. I hope they just kind of stay there. They get best available for what they want. Because as of right now, for me, the Bulls are the bright spot in a way.
Yeah. I mean, it feels great going into a draft where Garpax is not making the pick.
Yeah,
It does feel good.
yeah, it does feel good,
Um,
but we're gonna have to
I want
see
to
what
run down a
happens.
couple of these options, these couple different mock drafts I've been reading. A lot of people are thinking LaMelo Ball is going to Minnesota. Don't be surprised if Detroit swoops in and tries to steal him. They need a ball handler really well. He's worked out for the Pistons. I don't want anything to do with LaMelo Ball.
I don't think
I
he'll
just
be
think
there
there's
at
some better
4.
options. Well, they're actually the one mock draft on CBS I'm reading right now has him there at 4. And then James Wiseman going 2. I think Wiseman's the best player in the draft. Obviously, 7-footer. He's only 19 years old. And then they have Anthony Edwards going 3rd. I wouldn't hate that at all. He's a thick, big guy. But here's the pick that I love. And if it means the Bulls trading back a little bit, I'm perfectly okay with that as well. I love this Denny Avija, this kid from Israel. He's the one we talked about when we first found out the Bulls were getting the 4th pick. He's kind of climbed up. He's got obviously Euro League experience, fairly young kid, 19 years old, gets a lot of liking to Luka, a 6'9" point guard, or I'm sorry, 6'9" forward, but can handle the ball really well. Slightly after that, Obi Toppin, who I'm not crazy about. Those mid-major guys always scare me a
But an
little bit.
awesome nickname.
But at the same time, they scare me just as much as European guys. Now, if this was Gar Pax making this pick, and we're talking about European guys, I might have a little bit different take. But Arturas Karnisovas has shown in his time in Denver that he understands and knows what to look for in some of those EuroLeague guys.
But
And then,
would you not want to get Obi Toppin for that nickname though?
no,
Come
not worth, not,
on. The
no,
shirts.
no thanks. It would, yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, but this team is in
I
desperate need
know.
of something.
It would be fun.
And then him or after that, Tyrese Halliburton, I wouldn't hate either. But those both, I think, with Halliburton and Obi Toppin, if you're going to trade out of that 4 spot, maybe pick up a 2nd-round pick, then I'm okay with that. But if Danny Avija is still there at 4, I would love to see them add him to the mix. I think he's a hell of a player. But we'll see. Isaac Okoro from Auburn, I like a lot. There's a huge kid from USC. I think they got like a 6'10" kid that I don't mind. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm not going to disrespect him at all. But there's been some other names popping up. I don't be horribly surprised. We've talked a couple times about how shallow this draft is, seeing the Bulls maybe trade out of that 4 spot, which I know is going to piss a lot of meatheads off. They're like, oh, the 4 spot, why are you trading out of it? But I think Arturas Karnisovas knows what he's doing, and I'm going to trust him until proven otherwise.
I'm hoping they stay there and they just get a good player for the future in that spot.